What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's Paul here, and I wanted to show you now that this miniature African violet, I believe it's a trailer, is blooming. I wanted to show you because it's really pretty. This one was a little sprig that the mother plant was dying. I rescued a piece of the plant that was still alive, and I said, you know what, let me just stick it in some yarn. Stuck it in some acrylic yarn. It rooted, it grew, it bloomed a couple times. I neglected it. I had it in an area I wasn't really looking at very often, so it dried up a lot, so some of the leaves started to wilt, some of them died off, but the plant survived. I've been watering it more regularly now. Haven't fertilized this in a while, but I will give it some orchid fertilizer, which is good for growth, a lot of nitrogen, and good for blooming as well. But yeah, I just want to show you because even when you neglect your plants that are in your acrylic yarn, like African violets, they seem to do extremely well in it. As you can see, with minimal care and a lot of neglect, this plant is not only thriving, even though it doesn't look as great as it could, it's blooming. I put it underneath the grow lights, directly underneath, which sparked a bloom cycle, which is really great. I have some leaves here. This one partially damaged because I let it dry previously. The new leaves look like they're going to be okay. I just have to stay on top of the watering. Maybe I'll move this to a bigger container because it's been in this little glass jar for quite a while. Looks like it's time to water it as well. You can see all those roots, those dark roots that are all over the place like a fine netting. But African violets seem to really respond well to acrylic yarn. I used to have issues with soil because it would dry out, right? The plant would dry out, you'd water it, the soil medium, whatever it was, would be hydrophobic, so it would, like the plant in the soil would start to float in the pot. If you would try to water it, it became an issue. So the acrylic yarn seems to work really well. This is one plant that's split into two, as you can see, two branches, I guess you could say. So technically I could cut these and pot each of these up separately, but I'm just going to leave it as it is, and I'll take some leaves. This one here is a good candidate to either sell or propagate, but this plant really is a champion, and I think that the leaves are supposed to be variegated. I'm not completely sure, I don't remember, but I think this is, what is this? This is Rob's Humpty, I believe. And yeah, I'm just really, really happy that this plant survived, even though I neglected it and forgot about it. And I'm going to give it some more attention these days. I've been going to clean it up a little bit. Maybe I will transplant it to a bigger jar. But I just think it's so cool that all I have to do is make sure I keep on top of the watering and put it underneath the light, and then you get these really cute blooms on this really cute miniature trailer. And there you have it. So if you have any questions about how I've been growing this in the acrylic yarn, it's pretty easy. I leave like a small reservoir of water at the bottom. I'd say maybe ½ inch, which is like close to 1 centimeter if you're using the metric system. And the proper thing to do would be to make sure that you fertilize it. You can either use something like a Maxi Grow, but I tend to use orchid fertilizer because it's better for blooms. Maxi Grow is more for growth, for like foliage plants, let's say. But I want this plant to bloom, so I give it the extra that orchid fertilizer has to offer, and you put it directly under the light. So this is directly under grow lights, which is an LED. And there you have it. Even though the plant isn't in the perfect condition that you would probably want it to be in, under the light and with enough moisture, it decided to bloom again. So very, very versatile, very strong plants, these African violets. I love the miniatures because they're really cute and tiny, and they don't take up a lot of space, so you can have a nice collection. I used to collect these guys, and I haven't in a while. I kept this one, but I may start collecting more of them because I just think it's it's really cool. And the fact that they can live in yarn, it's been, like I said, it's been like about a year since this was first potted up in the yarn. And, you know, as a miniature, the sprig was about this big. It was just a couple of leaves a few leaves on a little stem. I plopped it in here, it rooted, and you can see, let me see if I can get some light in there. You can see how those stems have grown. They're almost woody. So it branched out into two directions. And yeah, kind of went dormant when I stopped watering it, or when I forgot to water it. Let's put it that way. It wasn't intentional. But it's back. It's back. So yeah, if you have any questions on how to grow African violets in this unconventional method, just reach out to me. I will be more than happy to discuss how I do this. Again, you don't have to. If you have luck in soil or whatever medium you're using, then I say go for it, keep it going. But for me, obviously, I don't have any other African violets in soil, so obviously this works for me. But yeah, really cool, a lot of fun. Any questions, just reach out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell if you want to be notified anytime I upload a video, and I will see you in the next video.